Welcome, anime family. It's time for the review of Girlish number review. Like, comment, and subscribe. A college student, Chiasso Kirshira, is determined not to do the boring thing as she entered the adult world. To this end, the bad-mannered beauty barges into a facility that trains would-be actors and actresses, somehow landing a job at number one Produce, a senior agency managed by her older brother, Goji. In Charishu's mind, she poised the greatness, but finds herself at a loss when she continues to only get minor roles. As she clashes with the other girls in the agency, including a cunning airhead and a girl with a Kashi accent, Chihiro is about to learn that there's more to succeeding in this competitive industry than she imagined. This anime has about 12 episodes. It premiered about October 7, 2016, December 23rd, 2016. Based off an original series, it is slice of life. Each episode is 20 minutes per episode and it's rated PG at 13. Now let's get started into the review. One thing that I like about this anime that it does take the similarity between another anime that kind of focuses on the voice acting and anime production, that of Shoboko, and it's also more the different viewpoint from the Seiyuga Seni of voice acting, where it takes more into the voice acting of light novels and the anime industry, but also doing a different point of view of a different character, the narcissistic Chahiso in comparison to the optimistic character from the main group. But beyond that, I feel like with this anime, it does show the complexity of, the main character trying to find her place in society, especially in the voice acting community, where she just kind of lands herself in. And incidentally, where, like, her brother runs the agency and the production company as a whole. And then when she runs into some of the more seasoned veterans of voice acting, they kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Butt heads. And, she kind of thinks of herself as this uprighteous, like, know-it-all, like, perfect employee. And she can't figure out why she keeps getting, like, these minor roles, which evidently, that's kind of a bit of her character development in this anime, in particular, because I think when you look at the characters as a whole, you all see, like, their different forms of issues, and with them having the main motivation of being voice actors, and each character has their own issue that they kind of tackle, and the motivation behind the job that they landed in, basically. And I think also the landscape of this anime, I think also, is being a job or a light adaptation of light novels. And you look closely behind that overarching presence of the anime, you think of the character's backstory, the character motivation, the character development, and the supporting cast along with it. But overall, it was a really interesting anime. The story itself was very straightforward, having the main character with the help of her brother, who's also her manager, trying to make her big debut as one of the main characters in the anime that she's trying to start in. I think as much of an annoyance is a nice way to say it, as she is, she gradually, I think, in my viewpoint, tends to get better along with her fellow actors / friends that she meets along the way. One thing that was really interesting for me is that even though the genre does stick out as slice of life, when you do finish anime, it's not only the slice of life aspect that is intermingled into it, but it does have a bit of comedy and the drama. It kind of melds itself out with nice pacing of the story. I think overall the anime is very good from point A to the finish, and without giving too much away, I feel like when you watch the last episode, Girls Number, I think you'll sit there with a more realization of how of an enjoyable experience it was. The plot itself was good. It is slow pacing at first, but once it starts getting better and better and building up to the more episode, it does flow out pretty well. I think for the overall, some characters could have got more spotlight versus others. Maybe that's just my personal opinion. The main character, she was really good. I think for all of them, you can get this type of regional connection with. They're very memorable. They leave an impression on you from when they enter the screen till they exit. And I feel like whatever interesting character aspect and development that they have, each character gets enough screen time to make them more appealing and interesting to the audience to the very end of the show, which I think is very good for character development and also make great progress for them as a whole, which kind of leaves you with this more feeling of motivation for the characters, like how you're rooting for them, kind of like your own, like you're their own personal cheerleader in a sense. And I feel like that, along with the art style, is very good for Girls Number. It's very colorful. The characters on are very standard and simple, but yet done very beautifully. And like, even though the subject of the art style, it's very nice. And like the opening sound is very intuitive, it's very intense, but also it fits the anime along with the end song. Is very awesome. Like, it's kind of have a nice beat to it, and like you see the soundtrack so like being integrated into the episodes, and I feel overall, if you don't like, care for the OP, which is the opening sound, and the NP, which is the end song, I feel like besides that, the character or something, I feel like you can relate to them and see how they overcome their strides and struggle, especially how, mainly people, or I feel like most college graduates, try to step into the adult world now that they graduate from school, and it's kind of like that setting, but like, she's trying not to have a boring life outside of college, but no guarantee of having truly a boring life out of college. It's kind of dealing with the hand that you're dealt with, and I feel like in this anime in particular, she's trying to make the most of it, and overall, it was a really good slice of life anime, but with a great sense of characters that will leave you with a smile on your face by the time you finish it. I think overall, if you're interested into the more the anime lifestyle of the anime that just focus on how they make anime, from the character designs to the sketches to the voice acting and who are picked to fit the role of the characters that bring them to life, this is one anime that does it, and it does a good job of it. Like 10 out of 10, it just completes that whole overall pattern of this is what it takes to make an anime. That's why it takes so long for animes to be produced, for season 2 to come out, season 3, and so have you, because this is what necessary steps of casting the perfect character whose voice fits that character in your mind of what the anime protagonist is going to look like, and how their voice projects on the screen, how their finishing line can gravitate your attention overall. But I think this anime does a good job of, as the actors learn to develop and control their skill, so does the character that they perform and bring to life in front of you as the audience. I think they do a good job of capturing that and seeing what each different character and different voice actor brings to the stage when they perform and go to work, and what characters they're given on that script and how they deliver the lines. But, definitely check it out for yourself. Definitely check out Girl's Number and let me know what you think. Definitely comment down below and in the comment section what anime you want to review next. I know I do have a couple more suggestions that I'm working on as I'm recording this video, but definitely love hearing your comments, love hearing your suggestions of what anime I should watch and review next. Definitely turn in next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Those are my upload times to see what anime I review next, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to grow the anime family, and I'll see you real soon. Until then, bye.